Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. So I'm recording this on May the 3rd. What day is it? Wednesday. Wednesday, May the 3rd at 5 to 11 a.m. I think the Once and Future Past Lives comes out at 11:30 a.m. my time, which is 9:30 a.m. In the UK. So I'm really quite excited about it, right? I really am quite excited. It's one of the few things about Big Finish I am excited about. I kind of really made the decision while listening to the Fourth Doctor's box set, which took me a while to get to, the one with Neresh Hughes. It's not bad at all, right? It's not bad at all. I just finished the first story, Ice Heist, with by Guy Adams. And again, not bad at all, but frankly, will my life be any better or worse for never hearing it? And no, it wouldn't. And I've got such a massive backlog of very, very, very good Tom Baker audio, along with a massive backlog of, I've been collecting Big Finish from the beginning of, Sylvester McCoy, Tom Baker, Colin Baker, Paul McGann now. And you have to do something a little bit different and interesting to pull me back in. I may well get the next Fourth Doctor box set, but I think unless it's something like special, something like I'm finding really interesting, I'm giving it a pass, right? Because again, I got so much very good Doctor Who I could always listen to, and the new thing isn't always that important to me, right? So so that's going on. Having said that, this is the kind of release I would always get, though. I love a good anniversary thing. Doctor Who, I think, is always best when it's looking forward, when it's on the very cutting edge contemporariness of society, right? That's why I think Doctor Who in the last few years has been awful, because the cutting edge contemporaneous entertainment has been awful, as we've seen by the ratings of people just of everything, not just Doctor Who, but everything, people just running, screaming. And I think there's been a real effort to try and turn things around in the entertainment industry, because the audiences are just leaving. But as I said, this one is something that I would have got either way. Which I'm excited about. So I did a deep dive preview of it. I went over the article in Vortex magazine. It's a free magazine they put out from Big Finish, which is one of the things I really like. I really like Big Finish, right? I really like them. I just wish I liked their work a lot more, right? I'm really hoping I'm going to like this one. So I'm going to be doing a review of this when it comes out, probably today on my live stream at as a Wednesday. I live stream every day at 5 p.m. on the UK. If I don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So yeah, you can. Is it going to meet my expectations? I think probably, right? It does sound like it's going to be quite good. Anyway, I do a deep dive preview of this, and I go to an insane lengths to get a video preview, right? So I broadcast through the thing called StreamYard, and it lets you play a video file into your stream, right? But not an audio file. So I couldn't find the video trailer for this, and apparently there isn't one, right? It doesn't exist. I had to make it live on air. I downloaded the audio. You'll see it anyway, but no, you don't see me doing that. But I made it live on air so I can stop and comment on it, because I think it's reasonably important that we listen to the trailer before reading the article. But generally speaking, I'm very, very psyched for this series. And no, the other series that I'm really enjoying are the ones that I don't feel the market is saturated on. I love the Stephen Noonan First Doctor. I really like what he's doing with it. I find it very, very interesting. I like the Beyond the War Game Second Doctor. The Third Doctor stuff with Tim Treloar is starting to get saturated, right? I mean, I'm about halfway through the first story in the Joe Jones box set, and it just didn't grab me, right? It didn't grab me at all. So hopefully that's going to get better. Then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. You need to do something better with all those ranges. 8th as well. 9th. For that matter, 10th, right? You've got to do something outside the box, which this is, right? This is. So, as I said, I think Doctor Who's best when it's on the cutting edges, but I love a good anniversary thing when you can actually look back and everything that is wonderful about Doctor Who, which is what is what my expectations are, and I hope my expectations are going to be met. Anyway, can I ask you to like, share, subscribe, all those things are fan-frickin-tastic, right? Fan-frickin-tastic. Thank you very much. If you can head over to Rumble and subscribe to me there, that's even better. Oh, I love a Rumble subscription, I do. What's Rumble, you may ask? It's the same as YouTube, just got a different name, essentially. And you can, there's much more freedom of speech on it without there being hate speech. I mean, oh God, you know, I was telling a friend of mine recently that, oh yeah, Rumble's doing great for me. He's like, Rumble said, some stupid right-wing thing. I'm like, because this guy's a big Biden voter, you know, it's like, the other few I know. But anyway, so I'm like, I say, no, look, dude, saying that generally speaking, men don't have babies didn't used to be a right-wing thing, right? I think, you know, your Biden government must be very successful to have made it into a right-wing thing. So that's the sort of thing you find around people being normal, right? I find the choice today is between complete batshit craziness and normal, right? So that's what I find on Rumble. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, everything's in the video notes. I live stream every day, as I say, I stream to Twitter, to YouTube, and to Rumble. Put my videos on Facebook. Like this video is on Facebook, for example. I'm all over the place, baby. I'm all over the place. Fine. So as I said, this came from a preview I did last night. So let me hand over to me from last night.
Finish Productions.
No! It's wrong! It's all gone wrong!
Doctor Who, Once and Future, Past Lives.
I think it's the...
Now, firstly, I like the whole mishmash. I like the 5 Doctors. I like the 3 Doctors. It's the celebratory nature of, you know, anniversary. And they're fun, right? We like them and they're fun. And the dampest squib was the 40th when they did Zagreus. Zagreus just really didn't work, right? Unfortunately, right? But, yeah, generally speaking, we like the mishmash. We like the thing. I mean, I like the Big Finish are better than most for coming up with good reasons for it, right? So I like the basic premise of this. The War Doctor's degenerating. He's been hit with some degenerative weapon, so you get to hear bits of all Doctors as we hear, like as he. And it's like it's a very fanboyish. We always wanted this, right? So he goes back through time trying to work out what's going on. This time meeting Sarah Jane and Dreary Unit and the Meddling Monk, okay, which I like. I like these are all elements other than the current day unit. I like, and a big dinosaur and Tower of London. Okay, all sounds good. I like Robert Valentine too.
Doctor, sir.
Help me! We have to stop it!
I must fight it. I must resist.
Right. First things first. What's the current situation, Doctor?
Short-term memory scrambled. TARDIS bruised and reproachful. Regeneration cycle all over the place.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing I'm enjoying from Big Finish. This strikes me as their like original inventiveness, right? And their original inventiveness was fantastic. Rabbit does a Final Cut. No, this was Premiere, baby. Too expensive Final Cut.
I say, Sarah Jane Smith! You look lost.
Oh, it's you.
Hello there.
Doctor.
Kate Lethbridge, how wonderful.
Hello.
I'm not entirely sold on the Sarah Jane Smith. I just kind of got used to her. She goes from better to worse at different times. What's her name? C.D. Miller.
Oh, Dr. Petronella Osgood, at your service.
You might say I'm revisiting a past life.
Doctor, how far back do you go?
I'm suffering from the effects of some sort of degeneration weapon.
Finally, our time has come.
We've drawn attention to ourselves.
On the cannons, shoot that thing out of the sky.
But it sounds like each week we have this huge celebratory, fun, Doctor Who mashup. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound bad now, does it? Did the trailer ready for the next one yet? Let's have a look. Am I going to make a trailer for the next one? That's just annoying. Really? Oh, they don't have a trailer up yet. Fine. We'll preview that when we get to it. But yeah. So they got a fight. Let's see.
It's coming right for us, isn't it?
Yes, at quite considerable speed.
Perhaps we should.
It's too late.
Big Finish for the love of stories.
See, when Tom Baker does it, it kind of works. Yeah, okay, so for me, this is an exciting event, right? It is an exciting event. Oh, Ezra Goldstein is here. Ezra says, yes! And I can't, yes, Rabbi, and I cannot disagree with you, sir. I cannot disagree with you. Yes, Rabbi. May all us join together and say so. Fine, let's get back to this thing. Fine, we haven't even started reading this yet. Doink. Can it really be 60 years since Doctor Who first began on our television screens? It's been the 50th birthday of the 3 Doctors. The 5 Doctors is making its 40th anniversary, and Dimensional Time is now 30. Oh, don't remind us, mate. What's Big Finish doing on the 30th? Did they have the license yet? I don't think they had the license yet, did they? No, I think they got it after the 30th. They had the license for the 40th, right? Big Finish audio perspective, unbelievably digressed, and release number 50 is now 20 years old. Yes, Light the End is a decade old. That's great. I love Light at the End, right? That's an all-time classic. Again, I like these mashups. People just do. They do them sparingly. Like once every 10 years, we're fine. That's why I always felt the 2 Doctors felt a bit out of place. So Big Finish contribution to Doctor Who's Diamond Anniversary celebration gets underway next month. Tomorrow! Coming out tomorrow. I'll do a spot review tomorrow, right? Once in future, a special 8-part series begins with 1 story release each month between now and October, with a concluding final episode to follow in 2024, obviously because it ties somewhat into the new era. As we know, marking special occasions and a rating celebration takes a long time. Producer David Rittman started thinking about this milestone 4 years ago. To make an anniversary story unique, it needs a special hook. And once in future, there's this. Here, look, Dave, I have to tell you. Now for everything needs a special hook, right? First Doctor has Stephen Noonan, which I'm enjoying his new creativity, right? His new Second Doctor also has a newness about it with what's his name? The Beyond the War games with Patrick Troughton's son, whatever his name is, not David Troughton, the other one, Michael Troughton, maybe. I don't know, whoever it is. Tim Trelaw's Third Doctor's starting to need more of a hook. It's running out of steam now, right? Fourth Doctor needs a hook. It's run out of steam. The last really good thing I think they did was something with a hook, which was the sequel to Dalek Master Plan with what's the name? The companion for like 2 box sets. That was great. That had a hook. But everything needs a hook. Right? 5th Doctor, 6th Doctor, 7th Doctor, they all need hooks, right? Fine. To make an anniversary unique fine. So he tells Vortex, I've been touring back through the correspondence when this to find when this first gem of an anniversary series came to mind. It was 2019. I emailed Jason Hay-Gallery and Nicholas Briggs saying, the 6th anniversary, we're here before you know it. It's 4 years away, but we all need to time to make something huge and special. I pitched him the idea of Doctor being injured during the Time War and his body degenerating, flipping back through previous incarnations. Yeah, brilliant. That works perfectly. Yeah, top marks, mate. Top marks. I felt with numerous multi-Doctor stories already under our belt, it wouldn't be very special to do just a straight multi-Doctor story. We needed a different approach, but still include many incarnations of the Doctor. Spot on. I agree completely. Yeah, pushing forward, right? You need a hook for everything, mate. You do. Even Eccleston stuff, you need a hook. The hook was Christopher Eccleston. Run out of steam now. Things have evolved as time has passed, including the chance to use 2 Doctors from... There you go. Hello, Tom. Looks a bit shocked. I see. You're talking about from the 21st century. Day Residence for a long time. This was going to be a 6 release miniseries, and it grew when more Doctors joined Big Finish. Who could have dreamt that would be get both David Eccleston and David Tennant in our 60th anniversary special? That is actually very cool, right? Once a Future had a long gestation period, but the recording time spanned the whole of COVID-19 pandemic. The first sessions were conducted remotely at the height of lockdown, and then we moved into hybrid recordings as things opened up. And by the very end of the recording, which happened at the 1st of February 2023, it was an entirely studio affair. Man, that was so weird. COVID, wasn't it? It was just weird. Yeah, we're starting to kind of like forget about it now, recede into the background. I mean, the world's destroyed from it, but that was just weird, mate. Script editor Matt Fitter. It's been a really massive story to put together with a backdrop of major world events. I do hope the listeners enjoy it. Me too. I mean, it really is. This is my biggest hope right now. By the way, speaking of our last best hope, that Babylon 5 announcement should be coming out any day now. I hope it happens. Right? I hope that'll be. They're talking about there being a Babylon 5. Well, I'm talking about there being a Babylon 5 HD or 4K release with new effects. That'll be fantastic. Again, I would love a streaming service to do that, right? That'll be fantastic. David had this idea where the Doctor somehow Mattman says tells Walter, as David says, our chats about Once and Future began in 2019. We had the idea that he had the first thoughts about what Big Finish could do in the 60th. David had this idea that the Doctor is somehow slipping between bodies during the course of these adventures, and so we set up that mystery. Writer Robert Valentine kicks things off with Past Lives. I know he pissed people off with his H.P. Lovecraft thing. I do think the heavy-handedness was forced upon the release by the license owner, is my guess. With Past Lives, in which will set the midst of the Time War. The Doctor, I do hope we hear a bit the War Doctor. The Doctor, where is the Doctor? Where is it? Something back. I missed a line. The Doctor is found on the battlefield. He manages to get to the TARDIS, setting off to find what happened to him. The Doctor has been injured and he's brought to a Time Lord field hospital. His body glows with regeneration, but there's no regeneration into a future form. Instead, the Doctor's past faces begins to appear as he flits haphazardly between incarnations. Staggering to his TARDIS, the Doctor is set to resolve the mystery of his degeneration. I mean, like, really? One would hope they could get Jonathan Carey. What's his name? John Carey? Julian Carey? No, Julian Carey's, I don't know. But you would have thought they should be able to get him, relatively easily, seeing as they created his career for him. All right, one would have thought. Who has done this to him? How and why? And from the stars to Earth across an array of familiar places of time. He follows the clues, retraces his steps, he encounters old friends and enemies along the way, tumbling through his lives. The Doctor must stop his degeneration before he loses himself completely. I'm lost. Rob said it's incredibly exciting to be kicking off the 6th anniversary celebration of Big Finish and the world, actually. This is the first thing, right? And in the wider context of Doctor Who's Diamond Jubilee, the party begins here. Yeah! I mean, it better be good, mate. Better be good, because I don't know. It's not like the old days at Big Finish where you would you'll get everything because they're all great. Now it's much more selective, I would say. We find the Doctor in the most chaotic situation imaginable. He's been blasted by some sort of degeneration weapon. Meanwhile, the meddling monk has a price on his head, and Sarah Jane Smith gets kidnapped, and Kate Lethbridge Stewart and Osgood are being
menaced by a belligerent ace with plans to revive their glory days. Glory days. In this adventure, you'll get to revisit one or two familiar locations from the Doctor's past. Right for Tom Baker's Full Doctor is the most fun I've ever had on Doctor Who, I can imagine. Oh, yeah, no, that sounds glorious, right? That sounds really, really fun. You know, that does sound good. Having him reunite with Sarah Jane and meeting the 21st Century Unit team was a delight. I mean, I always prefer the Third Doctor to meet them. Or just, I don't know, anybody else. And if you're a fan of... What? Fan of what? Oh, there we go. If you're a fan of the Monk played by Rufus Hound, I am. He's up to a lot of no good in this one. I mean, look, you put Rufus Hound meddling Monk in pretty much anything. It's very good. I mean, he was great in the Stephen Noonan first one he did. That really worked. Matt adds, this is full-on celebration of the 60 years of Doctor Who, throwing together friends, companion, enemies. The other good thing about this is it's not like the Five Doctors, which is a 90-minute story. This is going to be, what, an 8-hour story? Right, you have a lot of room. See, I like this. This is much more, current day storytelling, where you get an event that plays out over 8 hours. Right, that's what we're going to be talking about. Citadel next. That's essentially what it is. I was telling my wife that she's got to check it out, and I said, "Oh, there's only 2 episodes out so far." It says, "Oh, let me know when it's done so she can binge it all in one go." Right? People like these 8-hour events, right? So I think this kind of storytelling really leans into what Doctor Who's doing. Actually, we'll look at this clip of Rusty Davis next, which will talks about stuff I'm excited about. It's lovely to make these connections, and of course, we have a classic unit representation with Sarah Jane Smith tying in with modern unit. That's always fun. I forgot she started with the unit, right? I totally forgot about that. I thought she was investigating unit, wasn't she? Like, how did that happen? She was like an investigative reporter, and she got swept up in the TARDIS and ended up with the Sontarans. Is that why? Something along those lines. We're only at the beginning of the adventures, and we're starting to figure out what's going on and the many secrets. Rogan with Past Lives is very much an opening chapter into the Once and Future saga. It kicks off the mystery of who or what is behind the Doctor's predicament. Fortunately, because I script edited the climactic story in the sequence, I know where it's all leading, and it was a big help when writing this one. All I can say is, really, is it's as big as Big Finish gets. That's exciting, right? That is exciting. So I believe that's out on May 3rd, right? So if I clip this bit out, it's out now, right? Okay, Big Finish. So don't pay me off, right? I think I'm on a BBC blacklist, right? So they can't. I talk to people occasionally, and I can't say who or what or where, but and they were friendly, but they can't come on. A lot more people come on my channel if I wasn't on, I think, the BBC blacklist of undesirable turfs, whatever they call us.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet! Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.